sweet friends. If I could manifest something magical for my life today, it would be that you could come and sit with me in this gazebo and that we would get to spend time with one another in real life. This would be an amazing and life changing experience for me because I do feel the connection to you guys whenever I go live. And it's getting even more real and more fulfilling as I establish my little community over on WhatsApp. You guys are blessing my lives so much. And even though a part of me would just rather be with you in person, I know that through the use of our wonderful imaginations, we can be together. And so each of you who's taken the time to join me, to support me, I just can't thank you enough. So today, as we get started, let's surrender our impatience with the universe. Let's surrender our desire to almost be a bully, where we're pushing our desires and we're pushing our energy instead of learning how to receive. So, as you use your imagination and come join me in my gazebo today, it's my utmost desire that you will receive a message from our beautiful Avalon Magic deck that will cause you to have even more joy today than you had yesterday. So let me just put my Palo Santo aside because it's still smoking and I want it to smoke on the other side of the room. And welcome, everyone. Welcome, Kane, Rakesh. And we have magnificent success, such faithful friends and fans. And I'm so delighted to have you. So today, we are going to have our favorites. You guys have been delighting me with your, hey, Fairy Doll, welcome. You've been delighting me with your favorites, honestly. And it turns out that yesterday, Sophia, who is from Greece, and her favorite flower was strelitzia, I think is what she called it. Well, she sent me a picture, and in my country, it's called the bird of paradise. Bird of paradise is my very favorite tropical flower. So Sophia and I share a link, even though she lives thousands of miles away from me. So thank you for letting me know your favorite colors. And Xenia, welcome. You guys, oh my goodness, y'all are coming at me so quick here. Now, all Nikita, welcome. So glad you're here. So what's going to happen here is we are talking about what you're not seeing. So these are collective readings, and everyone who listens can receive a blessing because there's something you're not seeing about your situation. Okay, so in order to get your reading today, it's very simple. All you do is put something into the stream, and today it's your favorite color. And so already we have Magnificent Success, whose favorite color is white. And then we have Fairy Doll, Xenia, whose favorite color is beautiful sea green. And when I look at all this green here, I'm excited because green is the color of our heart chakra. And you guys that come to my channel every day, you fill my heart with love. I feel your appreciation and I deeply treasure it. And then Cain, who is purple. And then I will go forward and I'm just going to give as many readings as I can in this brief time that we're together. And I'm going to allow the cards to pop. So Magnificent Success is asking for her key. What is it you're not seeing? Okay, and the card flipped itself over, which I love. So let's take a look at our card for you. Let me see, can I lay it here? Yeah. I'll lay it right here so we can all look at it together. And imagine, here we are sitting in the gazebo. So what you're not seeing, my dear, who are we? Magnificent Success. What we're not seeing is there is a breeze, there's a wind that's coming into your life. And it's not the kind of wind that you feel outside. It's a wind of the spirit. There's something coming that is going to remove an obstacle for you. Okay, Magnificent Seven? You have had some expectations that have been holding you back. They're connected to your family of origin. And the sometimes the way we're raised, it fights our future, because in the stages when you leave your family and you go off to your career or to be married or to live a different life, our parents sometimes don't understand that we are ready and we are capable. And I'm a parent. My children are in their 40s right now. And even though they're so much older, I still carry concern for them. But I don't want them to feel like I'm holding them back because of my expectations. So there's something coming. It's crossing through your spiritual life that's going to really facilitate and help you, my dear friend, magnificent success. My mouth almost said Magnificent Seven. Now, Magnificent Seven, I think, is a movie, but the fact that my mouth said the word seven, I feel like that's going to be an extra message for you. So you can always go to the search window and search for the angel meaning of seven, and I believe you will get a special message. And now we're going to flip the card and see what your secret message is. You are in alignment with your soul's longings. Make a move now. So, yes, when you feel that strong intuition and you feel the change in your heart, it is time. The people around you will just have to adjust themselves, magnificent, because your future is opening up for you. Beautiful reading, beautiful card. Thank you. This is the deck we're using this morning. I really love this deck. Okay, so moving on, we have Fairy Doll, Xenia. Fairy Doll, what is it that you're not seeing? What is it that you need to know? So as, whoop, that card flipped out oh so easily. Ah, okay. So, what you're not seeing, my dear friend, is that there's something that you need to turn your back to. And when you turn your back to this situation, you are not giving up, you are surrendering. When we surrender something that's been troubling us, it can have a dramatic effect on everything in your life. Notice how she's standing up in the boat. Now set it down, imagining that you and me are sitting together here. But she is standing up in the boat and she laid down her oars. So, what you're not seeing is that there's something in you that has been fighting against yourself, that you've been trying to go in a certain direction. It's just not working out, Fairy Doll. And you're wondering, what can I do? What do I need to know? And so, by standing up and saying to yourself, I'm ready to surrender the old way of doing things. If you sit down today and allow yourself to be honest with your own self, what is a habit or what is something that's in your routine that even your own spirit has been calling you to? Some sort of need to let go of something. Okay, see, Xenia, I can't tell what it is, but I can tell that it's a breakthrough moment, because as you realize you can't control the situation, you are going to step into more freedom. All right. I love these are kind of mystery readings, aren't they? Because without me knowing the circumstances, I'm really relying on the cards to bring you what you need to know. So your secret message is live your own authentic life with courage to be your true self. Renew your focus. Absolutely. There's a dream that you're holding, but the way you have been going about it is not working. All right? So do your best to be honest with yourself. What can you let go of right now? Where can you surrender? beautiful message. Don't be afraid, my friends, if one of these cards actually resonate with you and you haven't even asked a question. This happens so often when we do collective readings like this. So those of you who are just joining me, I'm Catherine. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot, and I love to watch the cards bring magical messages to my beautiful people. Kane, you are next. Purple is your favorite color, so let's go ahead. And then Rakesh, light green, excellent. You will be the next person to get a reading in my gazebo today. Okay, so Kane, let's see. And the cards are very active today. They're popping out beautifully. And this one immediately popped out. Okay, so look at how this, oh my goodness, you guys, I should put this down here, right? It's like, I love this because when we see this, look at how well it matches the scenery. Okay, so for Cain, you know what? There's something about you that is about ready to blossom. The rabbit is the sign of regeneration, it's the sign of new birth, and it's the sign of fertility. And so, what is it that the universe wants for you, Cain, when it comes to living a more fertile life? The first thing that strikes me is that I look at this tree, see the tree in the distance, and I see two objects. They're, you know how trees can have a knot where there's an imperfection in the tree. And what happens is if they try to make lumber, if they try to make pieces of tree that will form a house, the knots will mess things up because it causes some wood to warp or to be bent. And so it won't lay flat. It won't lay to be a nice cooperative piece of wood. So what I'm seeing here for you, Cain, is that there's been a little bit of perfectionism, hasn't there, my friend? And the perfectionism is causing you to doubt what's possible for you. Because I do set, there's two knots. So there's something about you that perhaps you're feeling is different, or perhaps you felt bad luck about something, maybe finding a friend, someone who gets you. The thing is that this little rabbit is wanting you to realize that birds of a feather flock together. And the more comfortable you are just being yourself, the more likely you are going to attract people, friends, employers, and yes, even a romantic relationship that will be ideal for you. Look at how much peace we see in those two knots. And when we untie the knots that are holding us back, which is what we're doing here, and what I do with my work, that when you untie the knots that are holding you too tightly, there's great abundance and fertility coming your way. Now, I am noticing one other detail here, Cain. I'm just going to move this up a tiny bit. I'm noticing that the rabbit is looking back at the black leaves on this flower. Okay, there are flowers that are black, but not very often do we see leaves that are black. So I do feel that there may be the energy of a past friendship, somebody who you really trusted. You guys got along just great, but it ended and it's not finished in your energy. That there's parts of you that feel a longing or maybe regret. You may feel like you'd like to make an apology to somebody in your past. So what you're not seeing is that your future is looking golden. But there is something that's holding you back that has to do with a past relationship or friendship. Okay, now you guys, I am starting my tapping club. I'm going to be offering tapping at no charge, just so that you guys can try it. And the way to get in touch with that, I've got all my little pieces of puzzle here. But if you're interested and you want to learn how to tap to release the past pain, this is how you reach me. tarotinfoplease@gmail.com. Oops, you can't quite. Let me bring it up a tiny bit. Can you see it now? Yes. So if you email me at this address, I can explain to you exactly how to work with me to remove the barriers to what it is you're wanting. Okay? So let's go forward here. Oh, wait, I forgot the secret message. Oh, for Pete's sake, I got so many things on my mind. So, Cain, reconnect to Mother Nature's world of plenty, and you shall receive a myriad of miracles. I do feel like that for you, Cain, that the more you spend time in nature and just allow yourself to let go of that past, and also allow yourself to let go of perfectionism. Here's your homework, my friend, and all of you who are listening. Next time you go out in nature, I want you to look at how many flaws there are. Look at how many trees that bend a certain way. Look at how many flowers that never bloom because their buds are just not coming open. Look at how a baby bird might fall out of its nest. Look at how many times there are seemingly mistakes in nature, but there is never a judge to say, oh, bad nature, we can't trust you. Okay, so let's go forward here. And next we have Rakesh. Welcome, Rakesh. I'm so glad you're here. What is it you're not seeing? What is it that you are not seeing? Let's see. If you would like to have a reading today, all you have to do is add your favorite color, and I welcome you. Okay, I'm just going to move this out of the way now so I have plenty of space. Rakesh, what is it that nature, the nature spirits, what is it that is your message today? Hold in your mind, what is it that you're not seeing? Rakesh, what is it that Rakesh needs to see? What is it that they are not seeing? Okay, here we go. Okay, Rakesh, let's take a peek at this beautiful card. So, Rakesh, there is a bit of confusion that's separating you from your own well-being. You may be a person who has been hurt in the past, and there's fear about moving forward. And yet there's another part of you that is eager to connect. Perhaps you're looking for a loved one, or perhaps there's someone that's not speaking to you that you really wish they were. And this sign of confusion with that full moon, we have to remember that if you're confused about somebody who's no longer in contact with you, this is the energy I'm picking up, it's so important to remind yourself, and I teach this all the time because I just feel it's so, well, I know it helps me cope with humans because sometimes humans can be a little annoying, well, at least in my life. But when I'm feeling confused, what it means is that I have gotten out of touch with my inner being. As Abraham Hicks teaches, that I just have to open my curtains up, I forgot, and I want to see the birds and butterflies. Okay, but what Abraham teaches is that we have an inner being, a part of us that is greater, stronger, taller, bigger, smarter, never worries, never is confused. Imagine that. A part of you is never confused. Let's all take a breath. Do you believe that? Do you believe a part of you is divine? Abraham calls it being a blended being. And in the darker times, when you are fearful or when it seems like things are not working out, it just means that you have gotten disconnected from your inner being. Our inner being is always there for us. So what you're not seeing is that you're kind of causing your own confusion. You are, there's something in your energy that's blocking your view of the truth. Now down here, Rakesh, I'm seeing this little tiny female figure. So there may be something in your energy that goes back way into your childhood that's holding you back or creating the confusion. So be sure to check out my community here on YouTube. I put resources there that have helped me personally, and I'm doing some work with my inner child right now And it could be a key for you. And so let me just do something on the card here. Let's see what your secret message is. It is easy to love and accept the light side of yourself. It takes courage to acknowledge and love the darker side. This is so important. And I thank you, Rakesh, for stepping up and being an ambassador for the energy of this card. Because being confused is not shameful. Being doubtful, whenever our inner self is trying to bring us into balance, we're going to be aware of the things that are holding us back. And being able to surrender what you cannot change is really going to help you moving forward. Okay, Rakesh? Thank you for showing up here. I love that message. And indeed, don't be surprised if it resonates with you, even though you aren't the person who received the reading. Hi, Thelma. Welcome. Thelma's favorite color is purple. Awesome. And Nikita, definitely. Nikita, did you tell me your favorite color? I don't want to miss. No. Okay, so put in your favorite color and I will pull you a card. Simple as that. Thelma, hold in your mind what it is that you're sensing. What is it that you wish to hear in your tarot reading today? Now, I'm not using tarot cards. I'm using oracle cards, but the tarot wisdom underlies everything that we do. Nettie, I would love to do a reading for you. Add your favorite color and you are in. So Thelma, favorite color is purple. What is it that our nature spirits have for you today? What is it you're not seeing about your situation? Okay, here is your card. Wow, look at that. What in the world? Let's take a look here. Let me just lay it down. I'm just loving the idea that it's pretending that you're actually right here with me right now in my gazebo. So let's take a look. Okay, so Thelma, take a breath. Everybody send love up for Thelma. Hit the little heart button over there. Just hit it a few times. Thelma, it looks to me like you're going through an intense time. That in a way, you may feel like you're drowning in some problem. Okay, and that you feel like you're at the end of your rope, that you've tried everything that you know how to do, and you still are not getting free or you're not getting clarity. All right, so let's all put our minds and our hearts together, not only for Thelma, but anyone who's feeling that sense of desperation, like I need something today. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here because you're not alone. Many times when we're kind of overwhelmed, we can feel so isolated, like we are the only person going through it. And that's simply not true. Every emotion that you feel is potentially in every single human. And remembering back to my little figurine, remember the only time that you feel overwhelmed is when you forget that you have an inner being who truly knows the best step. That's Murphy. Murphy, calm down. Come here. Murphy, come here. It's okay, boy. Every now and then somebody has the audacity to walk past my window and Murphy gets a little upset. So anyway, what this card, the beauty of this card is that you've come to the end of yourself and you're thinking, I need something to help me, not remembering that it's your own spirit that is your hero. Okay, it's your own spirit that's trying to get your attention. So the sword here is that cut through to the truth. Your inner being knows exactly what you should do next. Notice my finger. But I can't tell you what to do next, but I can tell you to connect. And so, do you meditate? Do you have a spiritual practice? In the description box, I have several tools. They're all free of charge, and they will walk you through removing obstacles, all right? There's one called the the worry cure. And I sense, Thelma, that worry is not unusual in your life and you need a fresh start. So be sure to check the resources, all right? Also, meditation is very powerful, and there are several meditation teachers that I love. I put their work right into the community. So take advantage of that tab while you're visiting my channel, okay? So let's see what your message is. Be led by your own inner soul light. Healing and enlightenment are within. It always blows me away, kind of freaks me out a little bit, to be honest, when the reading matches the back of the card. I don't know this. I didn't read this before I gave you your reading. Now, mind you, many years ago, I was not in alignment with my own gifts and talents. I had a lot of doubt. I'm 71, I'm a grandmother. And if you would have told me 5 years ago I would have a YouTube channel, I'd be saying, you're crazy. But here I am doing these live readings, and I must depend on my inner being truly to receive the messages that I have for you guys today. Yes, Rachel, absolutely. Rachel Rebecca, welcome. I don't remember seeing your name here before, Rachel. Thank you for coming. Nettie, definitely will get a reading to you as soon as I see your favorite color. You might wonder, why in the world is Catherine asking for favorite color? It's because it unifies us in positivity. Favorites are the opposite of worry. Favorite is the opposite of grief. Favorite is the opposite of sadness. When you create a desire to open yourself to a favorite, you lift your own energy. So, Rachel, this card popped out. And so let's lay it here. So, do you know what this is? Anybody? This is called the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is in the stories that are told about Jesus. The Holy Grail is the cup that he used at the Last Supper with his disciples. And the cup disappeared, and there are many, many brave people over the millennia searched for the Holy Grail. And so this also is the symbol of the Ace of Cups in the tarot. And look at all the light coming out there, Miss Rachel. I feel like you have been searching for something for a long time. What is it you're not seeing? The first thing that pops to my attention is this moon and the new moon. So the new moon is going to be approaching. I feel like the universe is calling your attention. So you may want to do a new moon ritual. I will do readings on the day of the new moon, so keep your eye on that. But it seems like there's a lot of light that's right in front of you that's going to create a new connection. I'm aware of the stars in the sky here. And then there's something else. There's a bluish purple energy that's here. The purple that I'm seeing is the color of the divine chakra. It's the sacred call. So I'm having a sense, Rachel, that some of your relationships in the past, both friendships and lovers and even family, there's been a lot of misunderstanding, and that the way the people expressed love didn't feel like love, even though they should have loved you and probably do love you. It was just hard to interpret their behavior as loving. All right. So as this new dawn comes and as you get a fresh start in your relationships, what you're not seeing is it's the very confusing dynamics that you've lived through are going to empower you in your new relationships. Abraham Hicks, I know I mention them a lot because I love their YouTubes, but what they say is the best thing about brokenness or things that don't work out, the best part is that it shows you what it is you do want. Isn't that the truth? For example, let's say you had someone who cheated on you in the past, and that is horrible. It feels terrible. What you learn from it is, I don't want that to happen again, right? In my situation, I once got myself married to somebody that was totally not the right energy for me. I mean, I knew that week after we got married, it was not right for me. And it took me literally years to get myself free from that. And so there's a part of me that is afraid, I'm being honest. There's a part of me that's a little afraid to get connected again. But then I have to remind myself, hey, wait a minute. I got plenty of yellow flags with that person. And I learned what it's like to be treated disrespectfully. And it's helped me to change, because now being respected is 100% high value to me. And I wouldn't have known it without going through that hard time. Okay, Rachel? Now, you guys, if anything, if you hear in these readings and you want to reach out and talk to me about it, or I do have a private community on WhatsApp where I'm gathering manifestors and we can manifest together, please do email me, because sometimes just with one card, I can't really dig in to as much as I'd like to, but often it's enough for you to get a start, okay? So let's, Murphy, could you just calm down? Yes, my dear little boy. Okay, so trying to keep my focus. Let's see what your message is, Rachel. Heal through changing your story. Begin in this moment and don't look back. Absolutely. Changing the story is what I do. I help people change their stories, because there's a language of attraction and there's a language of repelling. And so if you're not getting what you're wanting, here you go. In the resource box, Rachel, there's something called the Soulmate Generator. Take a look at it. It's a free tool that I created for people to change their story, and I think you will love it. Okay, thank you so much. And let me just grab my deck and see who's next. Rachel's free color, the color is blue. Oh, wait, hang on there. Right, and oh, thank you, Rachel. Aw, sharing my information. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Rakesh. I really appreciate your appreciation. It just lifts my spirits. Hit that thumbs up, everybody. Let YouTube know that you're enjoying these lives, and they'll send more people our way. Before I go farther, I just want to let you know that I am available for private readings for those of you who would like to have a pre-recorded video all your own, where you'll see me shuffle and draw cards just like I do here, and I would be happy to serve you in that way. Just reach out and I'm here for you. Okay, so now we are going to RM. Maroon is your favorite color, and I am glad. Is your name Raihana? I'm going to be drawing your color next. And Manu, we need to have your favorite color. That's blue. So we have Raina and then Manu, and then that's all the farther I'm going ahead, so I don't get too far ahead of myself. So RM, what I want you to do, Raina, is hold in your mind your situation. The universe knows what you're needing. And let's see what you're not seeing. Oh gosh, this card jumped right out. Okay, so Raina, again, I'm always moved by how the cards fit into the scene. In fact, I can put these two right into the gazebo. So what this shows me is there is a relationship that has been quite tender for you. And there's something about this connection that you're not seeing. And so as I look at it, I'm aware that this figure is green. Now, green is normally the color of the heart chakra, and I love the setting. I just love how this looks. But what I'm seeing, Raina, is that this might have a little deception in it. And I know that's not easy, but I feel like the person that you're involved with, what you're not seeing is that there's something that's out of focus. See how these flowers in the foreground, they're out of focus compared to how clear this part of the reading is. And look how clear we see this. Now I'm sensing that your person might have a little bit of a jealousy problem, that your person may be a little bit controlling. Okay, so take this in gently. This is not easy news to hear, but as in many, many readings, they should be confirming so that the information that you're hearing is not new. It's what you've already been wondering about. What you're not seeing is that the person that you're wondering about is a little bit insecure. Notice the human color of this figure. This is a figure who is being completely vulnerable and very freely offering love. But the other person, I just feel like this green energy is making me think of green with jealousy. So what does it mean? It just means that you must remember you do have an inner being, my friend. Okay, you have an inner being who loves you so much. And this inner being will guide you because you'll start to get feelings like, something doesn't feel right. Something's a little off. And so when you honor that part of you, you will find peace of mind. Okay, so one thing you can do that's very helpful is grab a piece of paper. You know, I'm always saying grab a piece of paper. So grab a piece of paper. On one side of the paper, write down all of the positive aspects. Why do you love your person? Write everything you can think of and enjoy the process. And then go to the other side, draw a line down the center. On the other side, be very honest with yourself. What is bothering you about the person? For example, they may be very fun to be with when they're doing something they like to do. For example, if they want to go to a football game, or they want to go to the park, or they like to hike, or other things, and you don't care for it that much, but you go along because you love being with them. But let's say you really enjoy going to see films, or you enjoy dancing, and they never go there. They just always, you're the one that's going to their side of things. So on the list on the right, what's off is that my person doesn't enjoy the same things that I do. So be honest, be very honest, because if this is a soul connection, you'll know it. But if your inner being is calling you to reevaluate, that's what you may not be seeing right now. Just because it looks perfect, it might not be perfect, okay? So let's take a look at your message. Love always supports you and aligns you with your true purpose. Yes, your love. Now, what are they talking about? Love of another person? No. They're talking about you and your inner being. Your alignment with your own heart is going to guide you clearly. And if this person is your soulmate, then you're going to need to start speaking up for the things that you need in a relationship and not just keep walking in the person's direction. You guys should be mutually compatible, not just one-sided. Okay, that's a strong message for you, my friend. Take it in, and as always, if you hear something here that's not quite right, then just reject it, right? Even if you hit thumbs down, that doesn't bother me because I just tell the cards the way the stories are. And there may be somebody else listening who needs this lesson. So thank you for stepping forward, Raina. And next we have Manu. Now, if you'd like a reading, just tell what your favorite color is. That's the ticket, and I will gladly pull a card for what you're not seeing. Okay, Manu, favorite color is blue, and then Sparkle. Oh, Miss T, I love that. Miss T Bikini is the very most recent person to join my private community on WhatsApp, become one of Fish Out of Water and Friends. And thank you, Miss T, for joining. There is no cost. It's just a place where we can come together to celebrate the things that are working in our life as we manifest for what we're wanting. So Sparkle is next, and I love that. I love that you marched to a different drummer, Miss T. And then Nettie, I see you, and I see your favorite color is purple. Awesome. So we have Manu, and then Miss T, And then we have a Nettie. And thank you for playing the game with me, you guys. And so this is for Manu. Okay, this card hopped out of the deck very easily. It just flipped itself right out. And so, Manu, it looks like you're on a journey. It looks like there's a time, you're at a time in your life where you feel expansion, that there's something happening that's pulling you away from how you are currently living. So there's something about your situation, Manu, where you're not seeing your full potential. As you pull away from something right now, you may be looking for a new relationship or perhaps a new job, but there's something around your current view of yourself that's just too small. Okay, I have to really look close to see the itty bitty village at the bottom. And then as the journey goes forward, look at this beautiful castle. And so I feel like you're in the middle of a fantastic expansion, Manu, because the castle, which to me would signify what it is that you're wanting, your current desire. So right now, let's say it's a partner, or let's say it's a new home, maybe even a new location, a new place that you will want to sink your roots. What this card is indicating is this thing that you're wanting, it's not even close to what your total potential, all right? Because this is a pathway that continues to climb up and up and up. So somewhere in your future, there is something far grander and far more soul satisfying than the small goals that you have right now. It could be that in your career, this might be a school or a university or a training place where you have such talent that when you train yourself well and really sharpen your skills, you will be launching yourself to more and more connections and more opportunities to rise higher and higher. There is a call on your life, a call for grandness. Now, what does that mean? It means that there's something inside of you that is pulling you forward. You don't even understand it. I have a feeling there's new skills that you're going to pick up that are going to make opportunity more likely for you. All right. This is a wonderful energy of trusting your divine guidance to pull you forward. What you're not seeing, Manu, is that what you think you want isn't even close to what the universe has for you. Okay, let's take a look at the message on the back. Gently place your feet on the path you were meant to travel. Yes, sometimes it's hard to trust it because the feeling is, well, I couldn't do that. What's Catherine talking about? I'm only one small person. The truth is, we all are underachievers. So for you, Manu, what I suggest is make a list, get a piece of paper, make a list of all the things that you have done to make money in your whole lifetime. Whether you cared for other people's children, whether you worked in somebody's garden, whether you worked for your parents, whatever brought revenue or money into your life, revisit those things. Is there anything you could be doing right now to revisit those original skills and talents? Also, I would highly recommend asking someone you trust, do you think that I would benefit from some training? Are there skills that I could learn today that would open up more money to me? All right, because you do have a wonderful set of talents. You're seeing yourself small, and the divine is seeing you much larger than that. And that's what you're not seeing. Okay, Manu? Cool. I love that message for you. Now we're moving on to Miss T. Sparkle is your favorite color. And you know what? I get that completely. Because if you do, for example, you purchase something that's sparkly, what color is that? I guess some people might call it like a diamond-like color, but sparkle totally resonates for me. So let's see, what is it that you're not seeing about your current situation, Miss T? Allow my cards to speak to us. Okay, and here we have. All right, so let's take a look here. This reminds me of the card that came out first for Magnificent Success. And so this is very intriguing to me because we're kind of having a duplicate message. So this is very reminiscent of a knight, right? Wouldn't you say it looks like a knight? And the knights in the tarot are about offers that are coming, that there are offers coming. Now, what I'm noticing here is he's very serious. His face is very serious. And the wind is from behind. The wind is blowing in this direction. So I feel like the winds of change are coming your way, Miss T, and that there's big expectations that you're not seeing. And understanding your story, because you've been here, you've shared with me your story, and we don't need to retell your story because it's not necessary. But what we're looking here is that I'm noticing that tattoo on the hand is a circle. I'm noticing this circular pin holding that scarf into place. Circles are always signs to me of cycles. See a circle? It's a cycle. And what you're involved in right now, the current situation, is that you are feeling stuck in one place. Notice we don't have the horse's head here, right? So this horse, we don't even know what expression is on the horse's face. It's missing. So the energy feels stagnant or that things aren't moving. So let's take a breath. I want everyone to send Miss T love and energy, because isn't it true that all of us have times when we feel disjointed or we feel disconnected? I want to hold up this card because see way off there, way in the corner of the card. Can you see that? Let me just make sure. Yeah, there's a little tiny castle up there. So Miss T, you are on your way. It may seem like it's 1,000 years away before you finally get to that destination that you're wanting. But you have to realize that it's not as far away as you think. You cannot undo your current situation. Great progress is made when there's 100% acceptance. So what I'm going to challenge you with, Miss T, today is I want you to look around and look at how many things you can notice that you appreciate, that you are grateful for. One of the things that I did, and it's so silly to do it, I know. I think if my family saw me doing it, they would think I was silly. But I like to use the words I love and then just love my stuff. Like, I love this candle. I love my little lizard who reminds me that regeneration is the key to joy. I love this tripod that's holding my camera in place. I love my cup that's holding my tea. I can't explain the magic of this, but I do know it brings things into focus. Walk around your house, put your hand on the wall. I love this wall. I love this statue. I love whatever it is. There's something about your ears, when your ears hear yourself loving very common things, it shifts your energy. Okay? And of course, because you're a member of my community, do reach out to me and I will give you even more tools and techniques to help you. Let's look at our message. On your soul's journey, you need to lose yourself so you can find yourself again. Follow your dreams. Okay, so losing yourself, part of that message is to learn to surrender to the moment. You lose the part of yourself that is so sad. You lose the part of yourself that feels discouraged. When you start to use your voice to find things that you love, you stop needing humans. Humans can never love us enough. They can only try their best. But when you choose to love the things in your environment, you start to change your energy in a major way. Okay? A beautiful promise for you, Miss T. I'm so grateful that you're here. And I'm sure you're not the only one who's experiencing a sense of being stuck, right? So let's see. We have, going forward, we have Nettie, whose favorite color is purple, and then Rachel is here. Favorite color is orange. And Faz, favorite color is purple. Lady Death is visiting. Oh my goodness, you guys. All right, so let's go back. And Nettie is next. Let me make sure. Yes, Nettie, and then Rachel, and then Faz. Okay, Nettie, what is it that you are not seeing? What is the mystery here? You're a very smart lady, Nettie, and you know what it is that you're wanting. I can just feel it. In fact, I feel like you're a little sassy, Miss Nettie. And so what this card immediately popped out, and let's take a look. We have our white stag. Okay, so the feeling that I got, Nettie, the fact that you're a bit sassy, that you're not afraid of being different. You're like, hey, I'm different, so what? Take it or leave it, okay? And so, but what I'm picking up here is that there is a gap. Where's my pointer? So there is a gap between what you're wanting. This the castles always are suggesting abundance, right? Anybody who gets to live in a castle and have all those helpers and staff, and they're treated with honor and respect, this always indicates abundance to me. And the fact is that even though you've got this strong personality, there's a gap between you and abundance. Is that true, Nettie? Do you feel like you aren't quite getting what you're wanting? So let's take a look at our beautiful white stag. Now, when you are called, when your personality is a strong one, it can be difficult to connect sometimes. And you may feel that it's easier for you to get along with animals. You may feel that it's easier for you when you're by yourself. But the thing is, we can never get to our full abundance if we're too isolated. Now, what interests me about this card, because notice the antlers, but they're growing. These antlers are growing leaves. What? How many deer, elk, or stags do you know that their antlers grow leaves? Highly unusual. So what this is showing me, Nettie, is that I think you're misunderstood by the people in your life. That it feels like you may be picked on or isolated because you're just so different. It's an albino, right? Albino animals are very special and very unique and often worshipped, because when an animal comes out pure white, it symbolizes purity and innocence. So I feel like for you, Nettie, that you don't get it. You're just being you. But the people in your life might lift up your eyebrow. Like if you could see my face right now, I'm kind of making a face like, what? What? And so if people misunderstand you, it's going to be important for you to just accept that. You are different. You don't match the people that you grew up with. You may feel a bit like a lone wolf. And it's so important that you embrace your unique personality. You do need to turn around and go towards your abundance. And if you do wish so much that these people would just support you, or that you would have more acceptance from over here, what you're not seeing is that your acceptance has to come from within. That everything you think you need from other people is inside of you. This bigger self, this divine connection. Your inner being loves you so much, completely accepts you, and always understands you. As you walk forward and release, surrender your need to be, to fit with other people, you're going to be surprised to see that other people are going to start to be kinder to you. Not only that, but you'll attract more people that do get you. In my life, I'm 71 right now, a grandmother, and for much of my life, I felt misunderstood. But once I began to really accept myself and work on my own insecurities, God has brought me the most amazing collection of people, and each and every one of you guys are part of my world. You've never seen my face, but you hear my voice and you think, I want more of that. Little did I know when I was young that I would need to grow and go through many, many different experiences before I could accept my uniqueness. In a way, we're all albino in one way. We are all sweet, innocent beings deserving of self-love. Looking in the mirror and being able to say, yeah, I don't like what I see, but I know I'm here for a purpose. Okay, Nettie? I hope that this message is meaningful for you, my darling. And I know that there's other people here who feel that sense of being selected for something, but not knowing what to do about it. Let's look at your message here. How honor your commitments. Be loyal to your soul's longings. This is where you will find joy. Absolutely. The person we need to be most faithful to, most loyal to, is ourselves. So there is a deep message of self-acceptance here. Take that commitment right now. Say, I am going to honor who I was born to be. It's a great affirmation for you, Nettie. I'm going to honor the person I was born to be. Okay, and next we have Rachel. Hi, Rachel. I think you've been here before, haven't you? I think there's a lot of Rachels, but I think I remember Rachel Thorne. Favorite color is orange, and orange is the color of our sacral chakra, which is the heart of our creativity. So I would say, first of all, Rachel, what are you doing that's creative? What is it that you could be doing more of? All right, so let's take a peek. What is it that Rachel is not seeing? What is she unaware of? Thank you, Divine. Okay, beautiful. I love when these cards flip over. All right, ooh, very interesting. Nice energy, Rachel. So I love my little scene today. I hope you all can see it okay. I just feel like this is another card that really fits into this setting. So Rachel, it looks like you have healing gifts. It looks like you have a way of understanding. You may be deeply intuitive like I am, where I can just see a picture and there's a story that comes up. I don't have a script. I'm just relating the story as it comes forward to me. And I'm picking up a kindred spirit. So anybody that's here watching me right now, if you have spiritual gifts, Reiki, you're a meditation teacher, yoga, you enjoy the esoteric arts, this message is for all of us together, because we do need to have surroundings that comfort us, that draw us out of our shyness and put us in a place where we can thrive. When you're in the outer world, see all of these leaves and flowers that are completely out of focus. When we have too much out of focus energy within our being, it is very troublesome. It doesn't serve us well. So it's very important for you, Rachel, to find a community where you feel safe and where you can create. I have a sense that animals are important to you, and so you are protected and guided by animal spirits, and you may enjoy having a tarot deck or oracle deck about animals. Now, if you already own a deck or two, Miss Rachel, please email me, because I am working with creators right now to do some collaborative work around the cards. And anyone who owns a deck and wants to come and work with me creating my project, you are welcome. But this makes me feel like this sister energy, that you do want to heal people, Rachel. You want to help people. So what I'm seeing for you is that you may have actually invented or created something. You might be an herbalist. You might have joy in cooking, but there's something around this beautiful pot that is suggesting that you are just beginning. This just starting to simmer. And as the fumes, aromas, the smoke, as this is starting to rise, it's reaching out into the world. So there's something, what you're not seeing is that your potential is way bigger than what you're aware of. You are a serious person and you want to be taken seriously. And in some communities, that's hard. For example, where I live, card reading is not generally accepted. It's a religious area and people are fearful of the cards. And so it might be that's true for you too. But I can guarantee you there is a place, there's somewhere nearby where you will feel safe and protected. So make it an intention where I am finding a community of like-hearted people. I am finding a place where I feel safe and protected. I am growing to accept my gifts, even if they are misunderstood. Behind, I see the beautiful purple mountain, and purple is the color of the divine. So the divine has your back, Miss Rachel. If you have questions or comments, make sure that you email me. I would love to hear more about what's going on for you. Reawaken your intuition. Oh, yes, ma'am. Allow your emotions to ebb and flow like the cycle of nature's seasons. You are definitely called to this planet for a purpose, and everything is just beginning for you, Rachel. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for bringing your energy to these beautiful readings. I really appreciate it. Okay, Faz, purple is your favorite color. Hi, Stella, and your favorite color is lilac. And Lady Death, your favorite color is teal. And Lady Death, thank you for emailing me and telling me your story. I really enjoyed it. It's helped me so much. So I definitely would love for you to be involved in my private group over on WhatsApp. So I'm going to reach out to you today with an email. Bring your energy to us. Any of you who wants to work with me more closely, the way to do it is in my app. Ooh, maybe I'm supposed to make an app. But right now, the way you can reach me is tarotinfoplease@gmail.com, and I would be super happy to respond to you. And also, anyone who wants to have a private reading, I'm your girl. I'm happy to do it. It's a private video recording. They're usually around 45 minutes, and then you can listen to it again and again and watch the magic of the cards on your own behalf. So definitely check that out. This is the website where you can find out all about what it is, what it takes to get a private reading. All right, let me sip my juice. Hang on. I started drinking tart cherry juice. It's very tart, and it's supposed to be good for you, full of antioxidants. It's not very sweet, but it does kind of bite my tongue with that sour flavor. Anyway, not that you need to know all that. So who do we have next? Stella. Wait, is that right? No, Faz. Purple for Faz. Faz, what is it that the cards have for you today? What are you not seeing? What are you not seeing, Faz? Okay. For Faz Universe, what is it that is the card? Oh, there it is. Wait a second, which side is right side up here? Okay. Okay, interesting. There's no figures here, are there? There's no figures. So let me take a peek here. What is it that you're not seeing? Okay, Faz, I feel like, first of all, what you're not seeing is that something around you. Okay, so I'm just going to say what I'm thinking. I think you need people. Okay, I think that you've gotten used to being on your own. I think you love the forest and being in nature. I do fairy readings every Sunday, so you might want to tune in for the fairy reading. But I see that you enjoy nature, that you're content, that there's almost soulmate energy here, but there's no people. So what you're not seeing is that it's not enough. And I'm an introvert. I love being alone. I love the forest. I can really resonate with this. And you can create a comfort zone that is a solitary one, and it can feel really good. But what you're not seeing is that the divine is calling you, that the divine part of you is calling you forward. And you may feel shy about it, like, well, what, how? I'm fine the way I am. But you wouldn't be here asking for a reading if you were totally content with what's going on. So what I'm seeing here for you, Faz, is I do see purple showing up, but only 2 little purple flowers. And so I feel like to find more purple energy people, people who are on your wavelength, there's people in your community, Faz, who are having an off day, or maybe they miss someone. And when you walk down the street and you look at someone with a smile and just shine the love of the divine on strangers, you'll be amazed at the connection you'll feel with people that you don't know. A lot of times, the closest connections you'll have on a given day are with a stranger. Now, I wish I could explain this to you, but it's hard for me to put words on it. In my community, when I walk, I don't know a lot of the people, but if I take the time to pause, greet them, and we chat back and forth just for a minute, usually about the weather, because it's going to be very hot today in Tennessee. If I allow myself, I can feel very soul satisfied just with a social greeting. I don't need to have someone living in my house. I don't need to have someone calling me 3 times a day to check in on me. I don't need to have a human to feel connected, because God has helped me to connect with strangers. And even you guys, some of you I'll get to meet. Some of you may live in Tennessee, but most of you I won't meet in person. But this connection that we have with my voice, your ears, and spirit in between, I can be a guide for you. So my dear Taz, it's so important that you find a way to get out in public and be with people, okay? So let's see what your message is. And it is, honor the magic of the land, be nature's friend and ally. Assist in recreating Mother Earth's original garden of pure wonder. So, you know what, Faz? I feel like you may be called out to teach what you know how to do. Do you know that you can always pick up litter by going to a street or a road or a park near your area and bring a trash bag? And if you want to wear gloves, fine, but do something to clean up nature. Find a group that, or maybe you should start a group of volunteers who want to love the planet. Your ability to share your deep regard for privacy and for the land by caring for the planet might be exactly what you need to get out and get into a community. Okay? Powerful message for you, my friend Faz. Moving forward, we have Stella. Hello, Stella. And then Lady Death, welcome. So glad you guys are here. All right. Let us go forward. Stella, lilac. Do you know lilac is one of my favorite flowers, and the smell, the aroma. So I would say, Stella, you might want to get a candle or a or some essence, some flower essences of lilac. You also might want to Google the spiritual meaning of lilac. I think that it might be a message for you. All right. So let's see what the cards have for Stella. What is it that they are not seeing? Okay. Oh my goodness. Ah, interesting. Okay, so here, this reminds me of the yin and the yang, the positive, the negative, the female, the male, and these dragons. Okay, so it seems that there's some kind of energy going on that it's like a dance. It's like a cosmic dance. We have two very strong energies. Now, this might mean that you have a person in your life right now who is pulling you in to a lot of drama, and because the differences in how you look at life is creating drama, that could be part of it. But what I'm seeing for you is that, Stella, there is a conflict inside of you. There, you have started to learn some of the principles of manifestation. You may have started to do affirmations, writing your intentions down. You may have started to feel, yes, this new way of being, getting out of complaining, not whining or moaning about the past is very attractive to you. But as you clean up your vibration, there's the other part of you that's reminding you, yeah, but they cheated on you and they didn't treat you very good at work and things are not working out. So in your own mind, it's just this cycling of confusion, because there's a good side and there's a not so good side. You may have heard different teachers talking about the shadow. All of us have all of us have a part of us that we're proud of. We have gifts and talents and we know we're good at things. But there's also the parts of our personality that cause us difficulty. Now, I will recommend a YouTube channel to you. It's called Astrology Guy. I think you may find it on astrologyguy.com also, but he's the best teacher I have found to help us see the negative sides of our personality that won't be distressing to you. He's honest, he has a sense of humor, and if you haven't seen him yet, you definitely want to. The video that I started with was Scorpio, because I'm a Scorpio. So he has one that says the do's and don'ts of dating a Scorpio. So I went over there and I listened. And when he lists all the reasons why Scorpios are awesome, which we are, I was grinning as, yes, But then he said, here's why you don't want to make a Scorpio mad. These are the things that come out when a Scorpio is in the shadow. And when he said the things, it was like getting a mosquito bite. It was like something biting me, because he said Scorpio can be very snarky. And I went, well, but I had to agree. Scorpios can be very impatient. And Scorpio doesn't understand why it takes somebody so long to learn something. And I laughed right out loud because I thought, he's got me. He busted me. So go check out Astrology Guy. Would you, Stella? Because I think you're going to get some wisdom about your birth sign that will help you. We have to be willing to look at the fact that we're not all that. I mean, yes, we are all that. Kind of, we have to accept our gifts and we have to be our own best friend. But sometimes being your own best friend means that you need to look in the mirror and acknowledge the places where you need some growth and maturity. Okay, so let's look at your message. Do not look for validation in others. Be uniquely you and follow your own path. Perfect reading. Right now, I have 17 people here and we have 17 thumbs up. So to me, the number 17 is going to be very important for you, Stella. So do Google and find the spiritual meaning of 17 and be prepared to be blown away. Okay, so let's move on. And we have my good friend, Lady Death. It always cracks me up when I think about your name. because it's such a graceful name, and the fact that you're not afraid to have death attached to your name. I'm a double Scorpio. The death card is my card, and so and also I'm a hospice volunteer, and I have facilitated funerals because I worked at the pet cemetery for a while. And so I am comfortable with the darker side. And so, Lady Death, I have a feeling that's true of you too. So, when it comes to your situation, Lady Death, what is it that you're not seeing? What is it that you're not seeing? And I will say before I draw the card that teal is a mixture of blue and green. And so I feel like you're kind of at a crossroads, Lady Death, that you're pulling together the green and the blue. And the blue is the throat chakra, and the green is the heart chakra. So the fact that you select teal shows that there is some sort of unusual blending of those two chakras. So let's see. What is it that Lady Death is not seeing this morning? Oh, there's our card. Actually, two came out. Oh my gosh, this is too funny. Look at that, blue and green. Blue and green, right? Holy moly, Lady Death. I'm only going to use the top card, but that's just amazing to me. Wow. So definitely the universe is got your number. Your favorite color is definitely speaking to you. And the number 17 is still displayed on my screen. So I think that that's a number for you to Google also. What is the spiritual meaning? So let's take a look here, and let me just get my impressions. So let me take a peek. Wow, this is a powerful figure. All right, I'm really enjoying this energy. Look at all of the white. Okay, so what we're seeing here is there's a divine power that is just circling, coming in, coming out. I'm looking at her hands, one hand up here, and just the energy of love coming through the hands, and this, you can see this white stream of energy exiting. So I feel like for you, Lady Death, what you're not seeing is that your vision is too small. You're feeling like what's being created right now is very fruitful, and that there's great abundance, and you're sensing it, freedom. There's some sort of freedom, and all of this white, so that pure, innocent expectation, the desire to do the right thing, the fact that it's a white gazebo. You might want to look up the spiritual meaning of white, because I just feel there's something very special about this particular card for you. And I'm aware of the owl at the top, and look at the stars that are surrounding the owl's head. So stars are the sign of healing, and there is abundant healing coming with how you think about things. This like a crowning wisdom, and to not be fearful. Sometimes owls kind of freak people out because when they fly silently. And so if an owl would be in your area and flying by you, you would not hear them. They're built that way so that they don't frighten away the little animals that they hunt with. But there's a time for silence, and there's a time for noise. And so I feel like you're being called to allow sound to come forward, all right? And so I see all of this blue, and even her dress is the shades of blue. That's all throat chakra energy. So you might want to look for a meditation, Lady Death, on YouTube for the throat chakra. I think it would be very, very helpful for you, because there's a lot of energy going on around you right now. And it may be a little bit, it could throw you off a little bit. It may be hard to process. But don't forget that your divine guidance has got you right where it wants you. This look on the face of peace shows me that something inside of you is deeply at peace with what's growing right now. Okay, let's take a peek at the other side of the card and see what your message is. Oh, okay. Access your deep feminine intuition and allow new possibilities to flow. I feel like this is very key for you right now. If you've never done any work with healing the divine feminine, that might be something that you want to access. And if you want a longer reading, don't forget to reach out, Lady Death, because it may be time for you to dig into the cards for yourself. I'm very excited to see all the activity here. It's a new birth, and it's a blend of the positive, the beautiful, positive feminine, and also being able to cleanse yourself from what I call the distorted feminine, part of feminine energy in the past that's just had you kind of encapsulated and not able to grow. Okay, fantastic reading. Thank you as always, Lady Death. I'm thrilled when you show up at my readings. Please consider joining my private community. Any of you who are listening to these readings and you want to have more, I'm here for you. I have a private community on WhatsApp and it's growing every day. Would love to have you there. There's no charge. It's just a place for me to gather manifestors together so we can get more progress as a team. Okay, so I have time for a couple more here. So let me go forward. Hi, Stephanie. Love means to share. Absolutely. Sparkle on the water's your favorite. Miss T, isn't it true? Sometimes when I'm walking in the early morning, there's a sparkle on the dew, right? And so it looks like there's diamonds everywhere on the grass. And how do you describe that other than diamonds or sparkle? Love it. Anytime I see a horse, I think of Phil. Okay, thank you for sharing. Okay, Phil means horse in Greek. Oh, no kidding. That's so interesting because Sophia, one of my new members, is from Greece, and it's just a small world that it is. Loving that all the people are sending energy. Forever Bong claiming the reading so much. I love it. And Forever Bong, this is such a wonderful reality of a collective reading, because chances are that there would be 3 or 4 of these things that I'm interpreting that could resonate and bring healing to you. Hi, Liz. Welcome. Hi, Priyanka. I'm so glad that you're here with us today, Priyanka. So, Liz, favorite color is pink. Miss T accepted the challenge. Awesome. Hi, Christina. Welcome. Okay, moving forward here, we're going to go to Liz loves pink. I hope that I have not missed anybody. Please do forgive me if I do, because it just gets so crazy. So we have pink for, let me go back and make sure. Liz is pink. And then next we will have Jessica, Hunter Green. Beautiful. Okay, so Liz, hold in your mind what it is that you're wondering about. And let's ask the beautiful forest nymphs for what it is that you're not seeing. Ah, thank you. This deck is so cooperative today, really opening up to our truth. So, Liz, first of all, you'll notice that we do have the pink flowers here, and they're out of focus. So one of the things I'm sensing here is that you're crossing over from something that's real blurry and you just can't see. Like, what is this? Like, something's troubling you, but you're not sure what to do next. And you have been crying out for focus and clarity and direction. So I'm so glad you found us today, because that's my heart for you. Now, several readings now, I have this sense of the wind blowing in this direction. So I think there are 3 readings where I feel like there's a wind of change coming your way. And it's from spirit, and it's designed to draw you out of confusion. So anyone who's watching right now, if you've been having confusion in your life, take this as your personal reading. And Liz, thank you for being our ambassador for clarity. Now, what I want you to notice is that the wind is still a bit out of focus. Can you see that? When you compare this lattice and how crystal clear the lattice is, the lines of the wind are not that clear. So I feel like you're being called, Liz, into kind of what you could say is a vision quest or an inner growth journey where you're going to need to surrender to universe and say, okay, I don't understand what's happening. I know I want to feel loved. I know that my heart chakra is so needful of kindness, that my heart has been broken. I want to get through to my heart. There's something that I've been holding for a long time. There's something in my past that has separated me from my own gifts. Maybe even you feel like you're separated from love. That's not the truth. As you guys know, here's my little statue. Here she is. I always bring this out to remind you that you have an inner being. Your inner being, the divine part of you, is not ever worried or afraid, and your inner being never needs glasses. Your inner being sees perfectly clear. How we get messed up is if our small self, our personality, that's not very mature, even me at 71, I can worry. I can wake up right in the middle of the night with worry. Now I have tools, and I use my tools to help me change my mindset. I don't have to lay awake for hours anymore. Let me tell you one of my secrets. Gratitude is my secret sauce. You guys know that. But sometimes in the middle of the night, if I can't sleep, I will use the alphabet and I will start at the beginning. A, and I'm grateful for apples. B, I'm grateful for birds. C, I'm grateful for Catherine. D, I'm grateful for, and then I might have to stop and think, dates. Dates, the fruit you eat, not dates where you go out with someone. But often I only get to about H or M before I fall asleep. So I'm not sure who that's for, but I just had to tell you. Now, so you want something here. Okay, so there's something that you're trying to get, Liz, but you haven't been able to get there. But what I want you to know is there's such a wind of change. And I hope today that being on this reading, there's something you'll hear and that you'll come back. You'll visit my channel. On the community, I refer all of the resources, all of the experts I use to help me meditate, to help me release my worry. My community is full of help. It's like a healing library. There's no excuse. It's right there waiting for you. Okay, so I'm excited for you because the winds of change are going to bring more than you're expecting. So let's see what your message is. The path is not always a straight line. True. You come back to things that you thought you understood and you see deeper truths. Liz, I hope that you're getting goosebumps. This is a wonderful message for you. Now, my beautiful angels are going to help me timestamp these readings. So hopefully by the end of the day, I will have timestamps for you and you can come back and listen to this reading again. Thank you, Liz, for being the ambassador of people who really want and need clarity. Okay, so let's go forward to Jessica. Favorite color is hunter green, and stands in gratitude that her son is healthy, and I totally get that. Okay, my darlings, you guys, I'm coming to the edge of my time with you. This is going to be my final card, and please don't be disappointed. You know I'll be back tomorrow, and also on on Sunday, it's fairy reading day. So if you love fairy readings, please do tune back in. So Jessica, your favorite color is hunter green, and notice that hunter green is part of this whole setting. We have hunter green. It shows up in the shadows. So right now what I'm feeling for, and even this beautiful piece of green aventurine has that darker green. So what I'm seeing for you, Jessica, is that it's important for you to honor the reality of hunter green, which is that it has shadow in it. that the brighter greens, that where the sun is touching the leaves, it will always look brighter. But the fact that you are drawn to the hunter green shows me that deep within your being is a knowledge that negatives are actually positives in disguise. Okay, so that's your message without even the card, that negatives are positives in disguise. So what is it that we have for our beautiful Miss Jessica today? What? Oh, here we go. Very good. I really like this. Okay, so what I'm aware of, first of all, this is a fantastic card. So Jessica, I don't know what is going on for you, but when I look at this card, there's a couple of things that I'm noticing. Now, on the last card that we just did for Liz, notice the little castle on the hill. It's almost the identical imagery. So be sure to go back and listen to Liz's reading for clarity, because I think it's for both of you. Now let's take a peek at what else is showing up. We have the fox. So the fox is a very smart, clever animal. And if you Google the spiritual meaning of fox, it's going to bless you. What I'm aware of here is this is a desert. And there is a dryness, there's a parched. There's something about what's been going on in your life, Jessica, that's been parched. And I think that your hunger for the deep green of nature, you may be even living in a climate where there's not this, where you don't have the shade of the forest. The trees that may grow in your current location, there's not much shelter compared to a deep woods. So the first thing I feel like your soul is really wanting to be feeling surrounded by trees. So do what you can to achieve that. Now, do you need to actually travel? No. I found this picture in a magazine, and when I use these pictures as my background for the readings, it makes me, it's almost as if I am there. Your imagination is a very strong place. Now, what I'm aware of is this it looks like a labyrinth, right? I have had the good fortune of walking some real labyrinths where people have taken the time to lay out a labyrinth where you walk and walk and walk until you get to the center. This is a fantastic meditation. So, Jessica, where can you go to walk a labyrinth? Maybe Google it, and maybe there's one nearby that you're not even aware of. But it's also showing that there is a lot of internal peace and quiet, that when you learn to meditate real deeply, and I recommend the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, and also there's a man online called Michael Seeley who makes meditations, guided meditations, but they're so profound for me personally. There's something about his voice that captivates me. I feel like you're going to be discovering some things about yourself. I'm noticing that this tree is split. I think there may be something deep within you that feels split. I'm not sure what that means for you. It might benefit you for you to talk to someone like a counselor or some kind of wise counsel person who can bring some clarity to you. These two little things, as I look at them, they look like mushrooms to me. And do you know the thing about the mushroom world is that they have a huge system of roots underneath, and that the roots create family within mushrooms. And also we're seeing the roots of this tree. So I feel like there's something that's deep within you that you don't even realize that is going to open you up to more self-acceptance. Now there is a woman online, her name is Jessica Heslop, and her YouTube channel is I Love the Life I Live. So you might want to check her out. She has a meditation on the root chakra that's life-changing, okay? So you could Google Jessica Heslop, and then root chakra, and you'll come up with a reading that I'll think will really help you. And the last thing is, I notice all the orange. Orange is the creative chakra. So orange is meaning that you getting more creative is going to help you. Are you an artist? You may enjoy drawing. You may enjoy creating mandalas, right? But there's something very key to this time for you. What you're not seeing is that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. There's a great cleverness behind it, and you're going to go to a far higher level of development than you expected. Okay, thank you so much for being an ambassador today, Jessica, for the people that are feeling that their world is dry. Okay, and here's your message. It is only when we accept vulnerability that we are truly brave. Rise above your fears. All right. The answers lie within. And even though your mind may be leaning on you to choose a different path right now, trust that doing the work you're being called to do will repair that inner split. Okay, so thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for being here with me today. Those of you who are curious about my private community, tarot info please at Gmail. I have a community on WhatsApp that I'm building. It's growing every day. And if you would like a private reading, I'm your girl. I'd be happy to draw cards for you and create a recording that you can listen to again and again. So thank you for being here with me this morning. I'm going to go off and have lunch right now, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Mark your calendar for Sunday. I'll be back for fairy readings. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming and visiting me today in my gazebo. Thank you for entering my world. Go forth and prosper. Everything is possible. See you soon. Bye now.